You cannot? You can? Can you? No?
You need to double click it.
Double click. Can you see? No?
You can see
It's behind the screen probably. You need to minimize the screen in front of you.
Oh, really? Okay. So, yeah, I will do another screen I will use. So I will try to use. Can you see?
I see a little
No.
picture, just a little tiny one.
Little tiny picture.
Yes.
Okay. So is okay?
No, it's only
Can you minimize the screen?
Small. It's small one.
No.
It's very
it's
small.
still the thumbnail.
Really? I don't know why. So can you see this? No.
No.
No. Sorry.
Can you minimize the screen?
Minimize screen.
Yeah, so that your background is revealed.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just try to. Can you see? No.
No.
No. Really? Sorry. Sorry. Always. Yeah. I don't know where about. Yeah. Actually, I just tell you my recent situation. I just went to in Japan. We have a New Year. We will go to we go to the mostly shrine or temple. It's very cultural scene. And then yesterday I just participated in the Agora meeting and the Toastmaster meeting. So Toastmaster meeting, we had a club contest yesterday. So I was second position, so I could not win this time.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This is my situation. I'm sorry to show you any pictures. I don't. Sorry.
Is anyone else?
Can you close the screen?
Yeah,
Can you
I will. Screen. Yeah, I will
close it. Then
close it.
probably we can see it. Close it.
Just wait.
Close
wait a
it.
second. Okay. Wait a second. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Anyone else got a picture? Koka, you got a picture for us or something?
Yeah, Fred, I have lots of pictures. I will talk about it as I run through the Agora program.
Okay, that's great. Ravi, you got a picture for us? Looks like you have. Cool. What's that?
12 steps to happiness.
Yeah, 12 steps of happiness. I took this from a recent book that I've been reading on Management 3.0. And Management 3.0 is a modern concept of managing agile-based organization. And there are 12 steps. We need to regularly thank, we need to build on new experiences, we need to learn to give, we need to hike regularly, we need to help people, we got to meditate ourselves, we need to eat healthy and well, we need to socialize with people, exercise regularly, aim for strong goals, and rest enough and keep smiling. And this is what like the agile mindset of happiness is.
Cool.
This is a base for managing for happiness or management 3.0. And in the youth manual, the Agora Youth Leadership Manual, I'm taking short-term concept, the idea or the framework from Management 3.0. And this concept would be emerging as we are writing the book.
Cool.
That's all from me.
Thank you. All right.
Wonderful.
Can you
send that steps by mail or something? Share it with us.
Oh yeah, sure. I will.
Right. Send it as an attachment in the mail later on, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Sure,
Right.
I'll do that. Yeah. Thank you. I made my mind for now.
Okay.
When I have to speak, I'll
Okay. Can you stop sharing your screen as well now? Okay. Thank you. I'll try and share my screen. I have a couple pictures. Share. Whoops. What happened here? Whoops. Yeah, there we go. Share. There's a picture. Are you seeing it? I was just around Christmas. We went further north from Melbourne, and this was a falls, a waterfalls. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And I have one other picture that I'll show you. Hopefully this works. Oh, I have to probably stop this one. New share. Let's see if that works. And choose this one. And share. Okay. So that's, whoops. This is my son-in-law here. My granddaughter, who's 16, my grandson, who's 14, and my daughter. Now they're all wearing these hats. The reason they're wearing them is I brought them from Canada. These are what they call them toques in Canada.
Toques.
Yeah, it's a long story why they call them toques, but that's a toque from Canada. These hats. Now they're winter hats. Now I don't know when they'll ever wear them in Australia, but I brought them Canadian winter hats. So there we are.
I noticed you had something to do written wildfires on your T-shirt. How was it when you were there?
Those wildfire, that T-shirt is from Canada in 2017 when we had the very worst, I just want to stop sharing here. When we had the very first worst fires in the province. In 2017, we had 65,000 people had to evacuate their houses. And I volunteered for what's called the emergency support services. And that's when I went up to help some of the evacuees. I got that T-shirt. So. Now the fires, that was in Canada, but the fires here, they're not near where we are in the southern part, but we had smoke and it's still, yeah. Although there's been a lot of rain in the last few days, so much so that there's been some floods now. So if it's not the fires, it's the floods that have caused. So Australia's had a rough time. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I guess that's it for photos. So if Koka, if you want to maybe take over and show us, you know, your photos and tell about the youth programs in India, that would be wonderful.
All right. Before I take over, how much time do we have, Fred?
Let's say 10, 15 minutes.
All right. Okay. Fine. All right. On the January 5th, we celebrated the first anniversary of Visakha Orators Juniors. That's a junior club. It's been a year, and we celebrated the first anniversary on January 5th. Now, I'll run you through the program and some of the videos I shot during the anniversary meeting. That was held at a restaurant. You might see some waiters running past beside the speakers. They didn't know they were told to refrain from moving around, but they still tried to serve food and all that. But that's a distraction. But we will have a look at the meetings we had, right? Now, let me quickly run through. Right. Now, first thing is the meeting at the floor. Can you see that? Are you able to see this picture? No.
Oh.
No. Okay. I'm sharing it right now. Okay. Is it not visible?
Oh, we see a picture of a, oh yeah, now we're seeing it.
Oh, yes, yes.
All right. Okay. this is the meeting. You'll see all the junior orators from the club here, along with the parents. We had a lunch-on meeting. Right after the meeting, we had lunch here. Now, I will move on to the next one. Now, we have, now how do we conduct this meeting is, we first have a meeting leader, just like the Toastmaster today, Fred, during the Toastmasters meeting. And the meeting leader conducts the whole meeting. He comes onto the floor and he introduces all the rest of the role players one after the other. Now, I'll quickly run through a short the leader, the evaluator, the meeting, objectives, things I like. Now this I'm sharing. Can you see the picture?
Not yet.
No. Okay. Let me see.
I think you have to click share each time you want to change it. So.
Okay. I have a video running here, but it's not showing up as a share. No. Each time I click, I need to share. Okay. Share the video. Okay.
Yes. Seeing that now.
All right. Okay. This is one of the junior orators giving out the objective speech.
We're not hearing the sound. We're seeing her, but we don't see the sound.
Okay. Oh, is it? Okay. I wonder why. Yeah, that lady there was sharing, talking about the objectives of the speech. I don't know why we're not able to get the audio, but okay. I will not waste time on that part of it. So we have the role players being introduced, and then we have people giving out the speech just like this here. I don't know if the thing audio will work, but again, I got to play.
We're seeing the screen. I can hear it only very, very faintly.
Oh, you can hear it a little? Okay, let me see if I can increase now. Morning. Can you hear it?
That's very limited.
Yeah.
I think that's a challenge, a technical challenge with showing videos over shared screens. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Right, I'll not waste time on that. So, see, the meetings are just like the Toastmasters meeting. So the meeting leader comes up and introduces the role players, and the role players one after the other. Then we first have the prepared speech session, where we have 3 to 4 speakers speaking on things I like or who am I, depending on which project you are. Then we have the impromptu speaking session after that. Then we have the meeting evaluator, the general evaluator as in Toastmaster, but in our club we have the meeting evaluator come up and give us the call one after the other. All the evaluators give their evaluation for the speeches now. Okay, Now, we also have some trophies and certificates we issue as part of our meeting. I want to share with you. This is a photograph, so you'll be able to see it. Where is the meeting? Are you with me?
Yeah, we're still seeing the video of the fellow standing.
Oh, okay. Then I need to disconnect that probably, because
I think there's a button that says another share at the top.
Resume share.
Another share.
Okay, just let me close this. Okay, can you see this one now? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, this is the certificates we printed for our club, which we hand out. There's a voting system of the best speaker, best evaluator, best listener. So we write the name of the person and we write what's the title, why did he get the award, and then we sign it and give it. This is part of, and the kids love this. They fight for this. You know, they collect it. It's a collectible kind of a thing, though they show it off to their friends that they've been awarded the best speaker and the best evaluator, best listener, and so on. Besides this, yeah, Freddie, is something you want to say?
I just want to know, how do you choose it? Does everybody vote?
Yes, we have a voting slip. We printed voting slips. We distribute the voting slips at the meeting before the voting takes place. And the kids volunteer. They love counting the votes, so they're always fighting for that as well. They want to count who got what. And they bring the results up to the meeting leader. The meeting leader writes this and signs the certificate for them. That's how we do it. And we also have trophies. I want to show you this one, which is here. You can see that. So
yes.
This is, if you see, the best role player, best impromptu speaker, best evaluator, best speaker again. So this is a rolling trophy. It stays with the club. This is only for the photographs. So this is part of the encouragement for people to come up and take up roles and actively participate in the meetings. They love doing all that, getting their photographs. And we also post the photographs on the WhatsApp group, and we share it to their parents who won what in the meeting. This is the encouragement they get. Now, as part of the education system, we had the meetings, then we objectives, so it's things I like. And yeah, I like to share this one as well. This is the cake we cut the other day for the first anniversary for the juniors as part of the lunch and the cake that day. Great turnout. We had more than 40 people for the lunch that day.
Wow.
And it's all part of the money we've collected. We do collect some funds as part of the the Orators program, which is very, very nominal. It's for just to run the club, to buy things like that, and have a yearly party. So it was spent and given back to them in terms of food and the other material. Right, and now the education system we followed was the basic education program from Agora website. That is what we've been following. Now, we do have some challenges there because some of these speeches here, Fred, we spoke earlier, are not being really made for children. like the speech development and a few speech messages. It's a 2-part and a 3-part program. It's been done in 2 or 3 parts sometimes, which is a bit difficult for kids to understand when you're 8 and you're 8 and above, right up to 18. So that's something we need help on later on. You said you will be discussing with Ravi and how to develop a speech for the junior auditors. So that's about what it's been happening with us. Our next meeting is this Sunday coming. This is today's Sunday. The next Sunday, we have our next meeting. And we already signed up. We have a WhatsApp group for signing up for roles, and they're all taken up very quickly. As soon as we post, the kids are very enthusiastic to take up all the roles. They're all been filled up, and we are up and ready for the next meeting.
How many children normally attend a meeting?
We have 15 to 20 children attend the meeting every week. Every alternate week. We have it on the 1st and the 3rd Sunday of each month. Right.
Good.
So
Excellent.
that's what's been happening about the junior auditors clubs, and we're planning to have 2 more clubs coming up in the city. But the only thing I have problem is I have to mentor and run around these clubs, which is not easy for me to juggle my life, my family, and clubs. And so I need more people. Getting people to commit for a Sunday and get them trained is a challenge to run the club, but slowly we're getting there. That's all from me. I hope you got the picture. Any questions from the audience?
How often the meeting happen? Once in the month?
Twice. It's fortnightly.
Oh, twice.
First Sunday and the 3rd Sunday of each month.
Okay, thank you. And okay, sorry. How about rent fee for the room?
So come again.
Does your club pay the room fee?
Like a rental?
No.
Renter?
Luckily, all right. Luckily for us, we have a college who's supporting us. They're giving us the venue free. We have a perfect place to meet. Some of the photographs here are from that particular college where we have our meetings.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay, Koka, thank you very much. That's wonderful. And it's been going for a year. That's nice to know. And you want to form some other clubs. I am working with Ravi on the manuals. If we do have time, I'll just give you an overview. But before I do that, I'd like to ask Ravi how he's finding, working with the manuals and what we've been doing. Maybe you want to explain that, or Ravi, do you want me to? I don't know if you've got lots of noise in the background or not, whatever works for you. Because the manuals are really for you that I'm working on with you.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me quickly only tell on the leadership manual part. So I was wondering and trying to figure out what could be a best, way a leader could think about the club. And I read a couple of books before I could start on the manual. And now I figured out the structure that I have shared with you. That is based upon 2 fundamental principles. One is PDCA, or Plan, Do, Check, and Act. Fundamentally, the outline, and other is I have also introduced more agile leadership practices, the agility into the club setup. So with a blend of these 2, I think our leadership manual is going to be more contemporary, and more dynamic, and more easy to use for people. So since now I got the structure, writing shouldn't take as much. I was only struggling to discover what pattern or what structure, what framework should I use. And if we could work out on that part, so from this evening I'll start writing on the content. and we should be coming out with something workable to go ahead with. That's all from me.
Okay, thanks, Ravi.
Thank you, Fred.
What I'd like to do is show you a little bit of what I've done, not too much. I'm working with Ravi. He's given me an outline, and let me see if I can show my screen. Share. And I think it's this one. And say share. And what Ravi and I have discussed so far is 3 manuals. One manual is for speaker's manual. Second one is leadership manual. And the third manual is the club manual. So I'm sort of been working on the speaker's manual. Ravi's working on the leadership manual. And once those 2 manuals are done, we'll look at the club manual. Now, what Ravi's done is given me some outlines, and I've been working on it. So I've just got a note saying we have 10 minutes and the meeting will run out, which is good, because I don't want to go more than that time anyway. So you should see, are you seeing the screen on the left side? It says Agora Speakers Manual, the draft. There's an introduction about the club, what's the purpose of the club, why a youth club, the benefits for them, speakers' skills from basics to advanced, with a sample speech outline, speakers' guidelines, and then speech tips, which really takes them into advanced things like timing, flow, stories, humor, and all of this has been made relatively simple. I use a program called Hemingway app, and it tells me what grade level the writing is. And I'm trying to keep it as low level as possible. Short sentences, easy words, so that young people will understand it. So that is one of the things that I'm trying to practice. There's a lot of this has been done. For example, I'll just show you one. Like if I click on gestures, it will show you just vocal variety and some of the small things. And again, this is relatively simple. So I'm trying to keep that. See if I can get rid of this on. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing running out of time, or are you not seeing that message?
Yes, 8.21. Yeah.
Okay. Are you seeing the running out of time? Is that interfering with it?
No, it is not.
Okay, good. All right. So there's some examples of what I've done so far. And again, it's a draft copy. And then we go through all that. And then we have mentoring relationship. Okay. Now, mentoring, I have found a lady who is a PhD, and she has written a lot about mentoring. And I think it's worth a try. Because mentoring has always been a challenge. Every time I worked with mentors and found, rather than assign them a mentor, ask them to find a mentor. And that's something that she has written. And she does a lot of interesting things. And the other thing is she has a survey, and I forwarded that survey information, and she's willing to work with Ravi. In fact, she just sent me an email yesterday saying, I will do it at either no cost initially, and probably, well, the surveys are free, but the chances, what happens is the recommendation is you have a survey when you start, and then a survey so many months later, and then maybe another survey, same questions, but to see if you've improved in those areas. And that changes, tracking those changes is what she or her organization will do, and she will do it for free initially anyway, and she really wants to see how it works. So I think that is something worth pursuing. So it's 2 things from her, the mentoring and the surveys, to show their skill set. And then I have the badge program, and this badge program is something that I would like to share with you whenever you're ready, Koka, because let me see if I can, speech evaluation guide. I think this will show briefly. there's different levels, and they do 5 speeches, and they'll get an award. And those speeches are only 3 to 5 minutes long, and we have a list of topics that they can choose from if they want. And we try and keep it, and they choose, and they do that. Then once they've done 5, they get an award. They get their beginner's award level 1. I've started this recently. It was actually Alexander who suggested badge program, and I thought, wow, when I was in Boy Scouts, I wanted to get badges. So I thought this could work. So once they've done those first 3 speeches, they do another 5, and they can be on whatever topics, but we give them a list of topics as well. There's a lot of other information, which I don't have time to go through, and they can go up. They can go up until 5 different levels, and this is the program. Much simpler. None of this things adults, because I used to try and use adult material and it didn't work. So this is a simpler, I think, a very simpler, and it can be as complicated as they want or as simple as they want, whatever level they feel comfortable at. So, and I started only a few months ago with we're not in Vancouver or Victoria. And already we've got a couple of young people who've already finished. I was working with adults, and it took years before anybody did it. So I think this might be, at least it's a step in the right direction if it's not. And the other thing that we have that Ravi put on is the mind mapping. So I've done a little bit on mind mapping as well. So there's 35 pages. I'm trying to keep this less, around 40 pages, this manual, and trying to keep it simple that young people will be able to read it. And that would be the speaker's manual, about 40 pages containing this sort of information. Okay. Any questions?
Amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's maybe useful for English as a second learner, I think.
Okay, well, here's even some of the stuff I was doing on mind mapping. It's only preliminary, as I said. I haven't simplified this yet to see what grade level, but you know, even a couple of drawings like mind maps. And things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that sort of stuff. Okay.
Great work, Fred. I didn't know all this was happening in the background. You put in a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, well, Ravi gave me an outline. I have a lot of material already, and I put that in, and I'm simplifying it. So it's helping me. In fact, my latest blog post, I used some of the material out of this. I thought, hey, I'm writing here. I might as well use it elsewhere. So it's the next blog post you'll see. Okay, so that's it. I just thought I would tell you where we're going, and hopefully it shouldn't take us too long. It'll always take us longer than we expect, but okay, I'm stopping sharing my screen here. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm excited about the 3 manuals: the club manual, the speaker's manual, and the leadership manual. And we sort of discussed with Ravi having a badge program for leadership as well. So when they do certain roles, they'll get a point. And if they do that, they'll get an award. Make it simple, though. Keep it simple, not as complicated as the adult program.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
All right.
Could you share your draft later through email? Could you share your...
What I would plan to do is, before we finish, we should share it with everyone, get input. So once Ravi's happy with what I've done and so on, and he says, go, let's share it, I'll share that. When Ravi, and then I'd like Alexander to look at it to make sure that it's compliant with what he's expecting, and we're not, you know, anything that he wants. So I want him to look, but definitely, yes, I would like everyone to look at it, have a look, and give us comments before we finalize.
Thank you.
And Ravi said the same thing. I said, look, that wasn't my idea. It was Ravi saying, hey, we want to share it with everyone. Because I think other countries would, like in Africa and so on, would find this. This could be a great material for young people anywhere in the world. But starting in Nepal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Brilliant, yeah.
Okay. Anything?
Yeah, I have a small, so the mentoring part, that is in the speaker's manual. As I'm working on, I guess the mentoring part For the speaker would be only a reference, but the actual work would be done on the leadership manual or the club manual, I guess.
Okay. Well, you had put mentoring in.
What do you say, Fred?
You had put mentoring in there, and I really
here as a speaker, it is always good to take a mentor. We will advise in the speaker manual to take a mentor, but the mentoring process would be administered as in the leadership manual or club manual.
Probably the club manual.
Yes, club manual would detail the process.
Yeah.
A leader would take up the role. A speaker will always pick up mentor and go ahead.
Yeah.
So there will be all three, but one will point to the other.
Yes. Sounds good.
You're doing a mentoring, that is a leadership role, and club is managing the mentors, and the speaker manual says that please take a mentor to do a better speech.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah. Okay, and I would strongly suggest we look at what Dr. Marilyn Price Mitchell has suggested about mentoring. She has an enormous amount of research about mentoring young people.